Before we break down the bad money habits, let's ask a bigger question. Why do people try so hard to look wealthy? It comes down to one word: status. People want to be respected. They want recognition. They want to feel and appear successful. But here's the problem. In the quest to look rich, most people actually get trapped in a lifestyle that makes them broke. They finance luxury, they borrow for appearances, and they avoid the one thing that actually builds wealth: buying assets. Real wealth isn't seen, it's held, it's invested, it's quiet. The fastest way to destroy wealth: overpaying for a car. One of the most common ways people try to appear wealthy is by driving an expensive car. It looks great in photos. It feels good pulling up to events. But under the surface, it's wrecking their finances. Here's why. Luxury vehicles lose value the second you drive them off the lot. The monthly payments stretch budgets thin, and the insurance, repairs, and upgrades pile on fast. Most people are driving a depreciating liability they can't afford, just to impress strangers. If you're not financially free yet, the best car you can drive, that is the one you can pay off fast and forget about. Let your investments buy your next car, not your ego. Why designer brands are the uniform of the broke. Let's talk fashion. Wearing designer brands might make you feel wealthy, but unless your net worth is secure, it's just another financial illusion. Thousands of dollars on handbags, shoes, or watches that drop in value immediately. That's not wealth, it's marketing. Real wealth doesn't need a logo to feel validated. Real wealth wears confidence, discipline, and freedom. Buy what you love, but not because you want others to think you have money. Make sure you actually have money first. The trap of always upgrading your tech. The moment the newest iPhone drops, people line up, sometimes with last month's rent still unpaid. We live in an upgrade culture, but upgrading doesn't always mean advancing. Tech is a tool. If it helps you make more money, save more time, or build something valuable, great. But if you're upgrading your devices just to keep up appearances or cure boredom, you're leaking cash with no return. Own the tools. Don't let the tools own your wallet. When the house you live in becomes a liability. Buying a house can be smart, but buying too much house too soon is a mistake many people make for one reason: image. Big mortgage, fancy neighborhood, designer kitchen, all for the feeling of making it. But here's the problem. That home doesn't produce income. It eats up your monthly cash flow, and it locks you into high living costs. If you're early in your investing journey, your home should be a strategic decision, not a status symbol. Buy small, build big, then let your portfolio upgrade your address. Why treat yourself can be a dangerous financial habit. Lifestyle creep is sneaky. It starts when your income rises, and suddenly, so do your expenses. Better dinners, fancier hotels, deserved vacations, upgraded everything. The problem isn't treating yourself, it's making it the default. If every pay raise becomes a bigger lifestyle instead of a bigger investment, you're just running faster on the treadmill of consumerism. Pause, audit, realign. Use that new income to buy freedom, not just nicer stuff. How small subscriptions quietly drain your net worth. It's not always the big ticket items that wreck your wealth. Sometimes it's the $8 here, $12 there, repeated endlessly. Think about it. Streaming services you barely use. App subscriptions you forgot about. Auto renewals on memberships you never canceled. Food delivery passes for meals you don't enjoy anymore. It's death by 1,000 cuts. Wealthy people know exactly what's leaving their account each month. Everyone else just wonders where the money went. Review your subscriptions. Kill the ones that don't return value, and redirect that money toward your goals. The difference between good debt and lifestyle debt. Debt itself isn't bad, but the way you use it, that's everything. Here's the difference. Good debt builds assets. Mom debt buys things that vanish in value. If you're using credit to fund a new wardrobe, an expensive vacation, or the latest electronics, you're not using leverage, you're burning your future. Real leverage looks like a mortgage on a rental property, a business acquisition loan, or capital invested in cash-flowing assets. Use debt as a lever, not as a lifestyle. Social media is a fantasy. Don't make it your reality. Let's talk about the real pressure cooker: social media. It convinces you that everyone else has a better car, wears nicer clothes, lives in a better house, is always on vacation. But most of it is curated, financed, filtered, or fake. And when you try to compete with someone else's highlight reel, you wreck your own real-life finances. Unfollow the noise. Follow purpose. Use your money to buy time, options, and peace, not likes. Why country clubs, boats, and private travel are not what they seem. Let's talk high-end flexes. Country club memberships, boats, private flights. They scream success, but here's what they really are. Expensive commitments that rarely return value. Country clubs lock you into dues, spending minimums, and upgrade fees. Boats are maintenance machines with horrible resale value. Private jets cost thousands per hour and often provide zero ROI unless you're flying for business. These things are fine if your investments pay for them, but if you're stretching to afford them, you're not wealthy, you're overextended. True wealth is the ability to afford luxury and still say no. The path to real wealth is quiet and strategic. Here's the truth that most people avoid. Wealth isn't loud. It's not a car. It's not a watch. It's not a vacation on Instagram. Wealth is having cash reserves, owning appreciating assets, generating income while you sleep, and building a future where work becomes optional. Looking rich burns capital. Being rich compounds it. So skip the flex, build quietly, and let your net worth do the talking. Thanks for listening to The Finance Shark. If this helps shift your mindset, subscribe, share it, and start building for real.